Mitt the Michigan Mouse, chapters 5 and 6. Chapter 5, Mitt's Return. "Help, help, help me, my mitten is gone," cried Mitt. Mitt's dear friend Lumpy, an elk calf, was the first to arrive. It was well past dark, and she had been out in the forest eating the last grasses and twigs of autumn. It's gone, my mitten is gone. Oh no, where could it be? My warm, cozy house is gone." Mitt flew into a frenzy of worry and began to drum his forefeet on the dry fallen leaves. Lumpy nosed around some to see if perhaps the wind had blown it out of place or deeper into the forest. A little brown bat came swooping in and settled on the lowest branch. "It was that boy," he said. "I heard it from the red flying squirrels. It was that little boy Jack and his great big dog." Mitt knew of Jack and Digby. He knew they came through the woods often and that they lived in Sheboygan, where there were houses and cars and boats and all sorts of dangers for a mouse. "Mitt," said a chorus of voices, for by now 3 meadow voles, a masked shrew, and a black-capped chickadee had joined them. "Mitt, we can help you make a new home. We will find a new log and make you a new bed and everything." Meanwhile, a family of ovenbirds came searching frantically, kicking up the forest floor with their long beaks. "Nothing here," they pipped. "Nothing here, nothing here." Mitt had no mother or father or sisters or brothers. The mitten was all he had left, and now it was gone. At this, Mitt knew exactly what he needed to do. And so he left. Chapter 6, Butterball. Mitt thought all he had to do was get to Sheboygan and find out where Jack lived and ask for his mitten back. Simple enough, or so he thought. It took him 2 weeks to run through the forest to the edge of Sheboygan. Once he arrived, he followed the riverbank to the center of town. He scurried past the factory and the stores until he came to a neighborhood of small houses, large houses, bright houses, old houses. But where did Jack and Digby live? Mitt went along the street but stopped to gnaw on some black walnuts he found nearby. And that's where it happened. The cat came out of nowhere. Its fur was tangled and matted. It was big around the middle and the color of an orange that had stayed in the sun 3 days too long. The cat had a black eye patch tied around its head and 2 bottom teeth poking up and outward like kitty swords. Mitt thought that perhaps such a cat would have a name like Sid or Spike or Scratch. Mitt tried to hide in a huge pile of freshly raked leaves. As soon as he dashed inside, the wind began to blow, sending the leaves this way and that. His cover was blown. There was no place to go. Looking from side to side, Mitt ran beneath the first dense shrub he could find. The rose bush poked and prickled and needled him nearly to shreds, but even so, he managed to stay still. The wind began to rise again, pushing the thorny rose stems back and forth with each gust. One big thorn was blown upwards, catching Mitt right in the rear and sending him flying into the oncoming steps of the big orange cat. Then everything went dark. "Boo!" said the cat, pushing Mitt to the ground. His voice was deep and low, and he spoke slow and mean-like. Mitt looked into the cat's eye and felt a shiver of fear. Mitt did the only thing he could think to do. He spoke. I'm looking for a dog," he said. "A great big dog." "Aren't we all?" smirked the cat, whose 2 shiny teeth looked much larger and sharper up close. But Mitt was not going to give up that quickly. "I'm looking for a dog," said Mitt once more. "He's big and clumsy." "Oh, that narrows it down," said the smug cat. Mitt squirmed a bit to the left and then to the right, taking a deep breath. "The dog has a beard and a boy named Jack." The cat pushed his paw down a bit harder and then stuck his big fat nose up to Mitt. "Hey, Mousie, look at me. I'm a mousetrap," said the cat. This time, Mitt thought fast. "Knock, knock," he said. "Who's there?" asked the cat. "Detail," said Mitt. "Detail who?" the cat responded. "Detail is de back end of de cat." With that, The cat began to laugh and, without meaning to, lost his hold on Mitt. This gave Mitt just enough wiggle room to make a break for the cat's tail. He grabbed it quickly and hung on with all his might. The cat ran to and fro, back and forth, yet Mitt held tight. Then he crawled up the cat's back to sit on his head, just out of his reach. At that, Mitt asked, "So what's your name anyway, tough guy?" The cat was ashamed of his name and could barely choke out the word, but he did. "Butterball," he said in a voice so quiet Mitt could barely hear him. "My name is Butterball." All right, this story takes place near Sheboygan, so I wanted to show you where that was on the map. So here is our map of Michigan. And Pinckney is actually right down here, which you can't see, and I'm going to tilt you down. It's right down here. And the city of Sheboygan is up here, close to Mackinac City. So if any of you have been to Mackinac City, you were close to Sheboygan, which is here.